Hi everyone, I'm Fiona Forbes and welcome to On Stage, where we celebrate great musicians, music venues, and music personalities from right across the country. On today's episode, we'll be featuring an interview with legendary music producer Garth Richardson. He's worked with the likes of Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, and Motley Crue, just to name a few. We caught up with Garth at the Nimbus School for Recording and Media, which is also the historic home of Little Mountain Sound. So ladies and gentlemen, here is Garth Richardson. Here we are at the Nimbus Satellite Campus, the historic home of Little Mountain Sound, Studio A, with the man himself, Garth Richardson. How are you?
Good, hi. Hi.
Hi.
I'm good.
So let's start about where we are. Tell us about this room and the history.
Okay, this room is kind of the pulse of the West Coast. There were records done here that were insane. Loverboy, there's AC/DC, there's actually Get a Grip, Pump by Aerosmith, there was Coverdale Page. All these insane records were all done in this room. Dr. Feelgood, the Black Album, it's just, hit record after hit record.
And you will kiss this floor, because this is right where it happened,
now?
right? Well, you can do it now. We can do it at the end.
Okay, guys, okay, ready? You got the
You
cameras?
ready? He
okay,
said he'd kiss the floor.
Okay, hold on. This is actually holy ground here. Here we go.
And Garth, how did you end up? Nimbus started 10 years ago.
Yes.
This is your satellite campus.
Yes.
Part of the school. You teach a lot of students here, but how did you end up having this as your home again?
I kind of went after it. This place used to be the actual Vancouver rock space. I actually bought them out because this room was like these four little rooms in here that stunk, it smelled. I tore this all out, and then it became, what this big place here. So I spent a lot of time, and like, come on, how much you want for the room? How much you want for the room?
So and finally let you have it.
Finally did, yeah.
What was it like for you when you got this room?
It was really happy. Because you know what? This room made, again, these insane bands were here. Yeah. So this room was like this actual dive. So now it's back. It's back. Great, yeah.
And
it's
here
fun.
we are.
Yeah.
And you have music in your blood.
Yes.
Your dad.
Yes, my dad did it too.
He did it too.
Yeah.
He did it very, very well.
He did okay.
He did all right.
Yeah, he did outsell the Beatles at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
That I did not know.
Yeah.
And he produced, of course, legendary albums, which you have continued on his legacy.
I've tried. It's been tough.
And you told me your dad actually did not want you to get into the music business.
Yeah, yeah. He kind of wanted me to sell shoes or to do something else, and then I said, no, Pops, this is really what I want to do. And he kept saying, no, don't do that, and I just said, nope. So from the age of actually 16, I've been doing this, and I've been doing this now for actually 46 years.
46 years.
Yeah.
Do you remember your very first gig?
My first gig was actually Bob Seger Night Moves. So
I've had that song in my head all day, right? Because I did know that. What was that like for you? I mean, that song.
Well, you want to hear? There's a great story there. Seger actually showed up there with actually 2 songs. My dad was hired to do 4 songs. My dad did a cover. His band left. My dad came to get Bob to hear the first mix. And my dad stops. And there's him in my dad's office playing this song. My dad stops and hears the song and comes and goes, Bob, what's that song? I hate this song. This song's horrible. No, not going to do it. My dad said, hey, would you play it again for me, please? My dad did the song. He left. The label, called him and said, yeah, Jack, those three songs you did just really weren't what we wanted. But I did 3, I did 4 songs. So my dad said that, and then that song went up the charts.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
But you were probably around a lot of music before you had your first gig.
Yes, I was always around.
So what are your memories of being a kid and some of the bands that you were around when you were really young?
Well, that was fun.
What about Peter Gabriel?
Yes, I watched the first Peter Gabriel record being made. Tony Levin, Larry Fast, Alan Schwartzberg, Jimmy Malin, Kelly J, Peter Gabriel, Steve Hunter, Robert Fripp, all in this one room. And it was insanity. Like live off the floor.
That must have been incredible to witness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get your first gig, you're a teenager. How did you decide that it really was the right thing for you? I mean, you're 16 years old, you're around these legendary musicians all the time, which I'm sure are regular people to you, because you grew up around them.
Yeah.
But why was it the right thing for you?
I just didn't want to leave.
You felt at home?
I felt at home there.
Yeah.
You know, it was like I got to hang out with these people that it didn't matter your actual skin color, your race, your creed, your sexuality. It was all about, songs. I didn't want a real job. I did some real jobs, and I hated it. I didn't want to, I got into like this one job, and I loved what went. I don't do this the rest of my life. So I learned at a very young age I wanted to do this.
What kind of pressure was there on you, having a father like yours who's working with the people of the caliber he did, for you to succeed? Of course, being a teenager, doing the jobs you did, but eventually taking on the job as producer and engineer. Must have been some sort of pressure.
Nobody wanted to hire me in Canada.
How come?
Because they just didn't want to. So I kind of left. He went down to California for 6 weeks, and then it turned into 12 years. And so I just didn't leave, and I did the same thing there, and then I came back home.
And you've worked with people like Rage Against the Machine, Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Kiss, Alice Cooper.
Name a few.
Yeah.
What is it like for you working with people like that?
Well, they're great guys.
Yeah.
They were fun. I got to watch Alice Cooper and I were hanging out. And you remember that there's a one congressman who got caught, and he was in the hall, and then they got a gun and he blew up his head. Yeah. I was there with Alice, and Alice watched it and went, "That was really cool," and I was literally shaking, and I turned white, and Alice was like, "That was really neat."
What?
And it's like all these crazy people, but you know what? He was just the most down-to-earth, cool man. My first time at LA, you went to the bathroom, and they're having a piss, and this guy comes in and goes, "Hey," and I look up, and it's actually David Lee Roth. I didn't know whether to shake his hand, look down at his junk, because you know what, he's this big star, and I'm like going, "It's David Lee Roth and I are actually having a piss together. What the hell do I do?"
Panama.
Yeah. It's like, "David, pleasure to meet you." So yeah.
Tired of mailing in receipts so you can get reimbursed by your health plan, and then waiting for a check to arrive? With the Chambers of Commerce Group Insurance Plan, My Benefits mobile app, you can submit a claim directly from your phone. Just snap a picture of your receipt and fill out the form. Your claim is submitted within a matter of seconds. Sign up for direct deposit and your money goes directly into your account. Download the My Benefits mobile app today. Visit my-benefits.ca and click on Sign Me Up or talk to your employer about upgrading your benefits to the Chambers of Commerce Group Insurance Plan.
Welcome back to On Stage. It is time to get back to our interview with Garth Richardson.
So the one thing that I have to talk about is inside the lobby is this famous actually shower.
I'm afraid to ask about the bathroom, the showers here. They are renovated, right?
They are now.
Okay, good.
But you know what? There was a shower that actually David Lee Roth and actually Steven Tyler and probably Motley Crue, Tommy Lee, I'm sure, they've all used that shower, and I'm sure it just wasn't for actually showering. Rumor has it. You may want to, fans out there, that was a very famous actually bathroom.
Let's just say there might be a lot of DNA around. What kind of, dare I even ask, what kind of antics actually went on in here at some points?
Well, you know the song Ragdoll?
I sure do.
And you know the ending where it hits those bongos?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that was actually Steven Tyler, who I have heard this, so you know what? It's, you know, he hits me saying this, but he went down to the number 5 Orange, or he went down to one of the strip clubs, and he brought back some girls, and they were laying across the back, you know, table, and they.
Those aren't bongos.
Those are butts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was playing other butts.
Oh my gosh! Tell me some more stories, guys. I just. It's
No,
like,
but you know what? That was the old days.
It
You know,
was the old days.
That would never fly now.
No, it would not.
No,
but
no.
this is history. Who else did what here?
That's the only things I know.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I
When
do
the
know
cameras
that-
go off, I might have some stories to tell people.
You actually do know that one night it was Mike Fraser and actually Bob Rock were in here, and there was one second engineer. And he was saying, "Yeah, man, my girlfriend's coming in tonight. You know, she's gonna fly in. I'm gonna go meet her at the airport." And they brought him out into a chair. And they gaffer taped him to the chair, and then they left him here all night long.
I wonder how much trouble he got in from his girlfriend.
He got into a lot of shit. but of course, you know what? That happened way back in the '80s. So now, if you did that now, you'd be sued, right?
Probably.
But they just gaffer taped them to the chair, and then they left them. And of course, back then there was no cell phones.
No cell phones, couldn't call anyone.
Couldn't
you're
call
just,
anyone, he was sitting in
I'm
here.
assuming this is soundproof.
Exactly. Yeah. So he got. You know what? They came back in the next day, and there he was in the chair, and he's like, "Guys, can you let me out?" And they went, "Yeah."
Kind of thirsty.
Yeah. Or if he had to pee, did you imagine that? He'd have to pee all over himself. Anyway.
Anything else you want to tell me
No,
before we go?
I think those are some really nice,
Good story.
tame
Kind of like
stories.
little bedtime stories of rock and roll.
Yes, yeah. Well, there's one story. Dean Marr, who's at our school, Dean Marr got paid to sit out in the lobby here to watch Mr. Jimmy Page's guitars.
Really?
So Dean got paid to sit
And just babysit the guitars.
and just babysit guitars. And of course, we said, "Well, did you play them?" He said, "I can't tell you." Yeah, of course he did.
Who wouldn't?
I would. I would have. Yeah, yeah. So so there's some really cool things here.
Couple stories.
Yeah, a few
Beautiful.
tame ones.
Lord, what was it like for you the first time you heard Rage Against the Machine? Of course, they've just announced they're actually going to reunite for a tour in 2020, but
Yeah.
you were
well,
with
you know
them
what?
first.
When I got the demo tape, and I went, "This is really neat and cool." So, like, I went out to watch them play in the practice place, and they played me 3 songs. And it was the most intense thing that I have ever seen. I couldn't talk. My stutter was so bad at the time because I was so nervous that, okay, so I'm going to help you guys with your record. And it was like the most intense, surreal, powerful thing that I've ever heard.
There was no sound like them really
There was
when
nothing
they started.
like them ever. Nothing like them ever. We also went to do it to where we didn't want to go into like a studio and have them have on their headphones and have their little space. You actually had a whole concert PA system in the room, so that everything came out through those there, so that the band didn't have on headphones, and it was live. Nobody had done before.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you prefer recording things live off the floor, or does it depend on the band?
Well, that's a good question because everybody is now no longer spends the time to learn their craft.
So true.
Everyone in the old days, you used to basically, you go to your bedroom and you have your turntable and you put on someone's record and you spend the time to learn the solos and you learn the time to do F. Nowadays, you're always on your phone. You're on like the net. Nobody spends the days and the hours to learn how to play. I've done probably 5 bands that could play live off the floor. The rest, you have to get the drums first, and then the bass, and then you have to punch, bar by bar, note by note. So I've all become computer savvy because you can just do it once, and then you fly it.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is kind of sad. I mean, technology is a great thing, but
Yes.
it also is the detriment to some creative processes, and I would assume that is true for some music.
Yeah, it's
Not
kind of,
all.
Well, it's kind of like cyber sex compared to real sex. Nowadays, we're all doing cyber sex. In the old days, we used to play real and used to have the guys that could play. So it's becoming very actually soulless.
Yeah.
There's no more soul in music. It all sounds the same to me.
But you must have those standouts still, like Rage Against the Machine, where you go, wow, I want to work with these guys.
Yeah, they haven't, but who else is there? Like, tell me a fantastic live band that is like over the top, that you go, holy shit. It's actually Paul McCartney's band. Phenomenal. It's The Who. Phenomenal. Name me a young band today that is insanely over the top. Mm-hmm. Are there any? Are there any
that are blowing your mind?
Yeah, none.
None, really?
None. There's nothing that I've heard that I'm like going, holy shit, that's absolutely, that is absolutely phenomenal. There's some great players.
Yeah.
But there's no bands that are becoming, like that I go, that's insane. Wow, that band just rocked me.
What was your first concert that blew your mind?
well, there was two. My mom took me when I was probably 13 years old. She took me to Maple Leaf Gardens to go see Alice Cooper. And I had
was your dad working with him at the time?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He had on these beautiful beige slacks with a purple suede vest.
Did your mom dress you?
Yes. And it was the worst time they've ever had. But my first real concert was The Who with Keith Moon. The best show that I have ever seen, ever.
Nothing's ever topped it.
Nothing has ever topped it. It was insane.
That must be part of the reason why, I assume, that you're doing what you're doing with Nimbus.
Yeah.
What is your message to the young musicians out there who want to blow your mind? I mean, you must get hit up all the time by musicians and bands.
Yeah.
What do they have to do to blow your mind?
Well, they have to learn how to write songs. I do find that the songwriters of the old days wrote, great songs. If you look at there was a meme out that they had a Beyonce and they had 18 writers, and it was ooh baby, ooh baby, yeah baby, rock me, ooh baby. And then they had Freddie Mercury, who wrote, the one song. It's like everybody has to put down their phones, pick up their guitars or the pianos or whatever, and just learn that craft. Because you know what? Songs is what makes you feel.
Yeah.
Songs is what makes you happy. Songs actually get you through horrible times, right? I do find that the songs that are coming out today, your kids and my kids' will be going, hey, check out this band, right? It's still going to be Zeppelin, Hendrix, The Who.
Oh, we've never stopped with those bands, have we?
Why? Because they're great songs.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal songs.
%83 of British Columbians wouldn't switch to a job without a health benefit plan. How much does yours cover? 30%? 40%? 60%? What about vision care? Bit fuzzy on that? And physio, chiropractors, acupuncture? So, how healthy is your benefits plan? Take a look at the Chambers of Commerce Group Insurance Plan, the most popular employee benefits plan in Canada. Small and medium-sized businesses get the benefits and services of larger companies affordably. The Chambers of Commerce Group Insurance Plan, Canada's #1 plan for employee benefits. For a free quote, visit chamberplan.ca.
Welcome back to On Stage. It is time to get back to our interview with Garth Richardson.
And what do you tell young musicians and the folks that you teach at Nimbus about the music industry? Because it's no secret that it's changed a lot over the years.
Yeah, but you know what? No, it hasn't. Because you know what? The whole days I was told that there were no jobs.
That's true.
I was told back in 1975 there aren't any jobs. That's, you know what? That's it now. So these young kids have to get up in the morning and they have to get at it. Work hard, do whatever it takes, live, sleep, eat, and breathe it.
How important is it for musicians to learn about the industry and the business, aside from the songs and the music?
Well, you know what, they have to learn about that stuff because of the fact that they basically have to learn about the business. You also have to learn about not being screwed. Because there's that guy with a cigar going, kid, I'm going to make you a star. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to sign something and then everything he owns. Right, so you have to do it now. Now you can get your music played anywhere. You don't need the big machine. But if you're talented, that machine will actually spot you and then go, okay, kid, come on here. Right, so it's kind of like you just have to basically learn to not get screwed over, because you know what? There's all those guys going, yeah, kid, come on over here, right? So
just sign on the dotted line.
Sign on the
we'll
dotted line, and I'm
care
gonna make you a star. Yeah, because Billy Joel got ripped off. You know, so many amazing stars. Creedence, Coldwater Revival.
Yeah.
Signed away everything.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that about that.
Yeah. So it sucks.
We've got to have some hope, though.
Oh, there's always hope. You know
I
what?
mean, I heard, and tell me if this is true,
Yeah.
you believed in Rage Against the Machine so much that you put $20,000 on your credit card.
You're good. Yes, I
I
did.
just pulled a Nardwar.
No. Here's something funny. My dad, he actually in 1969 mortgaged his house to pay for these eyes.
To pay for these eyes.
Yes, he paid. So my mom didn't know. After he passed, my mom.
She
found
didn't
out.
know until your dad passed away.
And then she went, "Oh, that Jackie."
She had a sense of, well, I mean, it was these eyes, so your dad made a good gamble.
Yeah, he did the same thing, yeah. So I saw the same thing with these guys. I had to get the, it's like I wanted to do it now, and I put on my credit card. Guys, let's go. And they hadn't signed their deal yet.
Wow.
So I was a big risk.
It was a good risk.
Yeah. It worked out great.
And let's talk about your mom for a sec. Because,
my mom's the,
being the wife of somebody like your dad, Jack, obviously your dad was traveling a lot.
Yes.
And your mom sent him a not so subtle message at one point.
Yeah. Basically, my dad was gone probably 18 months at a time, and my mom raised 5 special kids. Very, very special, because we were all complete angels.
This is the face of an angel, people.
So what happened was, my mom went down to my dad's office, and she forced him to take out a full page ad. He actually Billboard magazine. It just said, "Jack, come home, Shirley."
And your dad saw it.
My dad was in the studio when he opened up the trades every Tuesday morning, and opened up, and the band was there, and he stopped the page and went, "Guys, I have to go home."
And he went home.
He went home. Our business isn't a job. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, you make sacrifices.
Yeah, sacrifices. The young kids out there, all of our students, this is not a job. This is love.
Yeah, you got to do it because you love it.
Yeah.
But you have a great arrangement with what you're doing now with the farm, your studio.
Yeah, studio up the farm, yeah.
Let's talk about the farm. It looks like, you showed me some pictures off your phone. It looks like a great setup that you've got there on
stunning.
the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah. It's stunning. I always had the different towns in there. I did a band from Holland called Kensington. I did this girl called Isquay. And we have a new single out there too. And you know what? It's fun. It's great. Also did this Mongolian throat singing folk metal with big band brass band.
What?
Right? Yeah, they
I've got to hear that.
They are Mongolian throat singing folk metal with big band horns.
I'm speechless because I thought I'd heard of every genre except that one.
Yeah, this one is like a 70s TV show.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's just like the most crazy, strange, but actually really kind of cool.
And your studio's the farm.
The farm studios, yeah.
20 people there, so
You
the
can sleep
artists come.
21 people.
21.
Yes.
Got to get that right. But you have
Yeah.
the artists, they come stay.
They come stay and they
immerse
hang out.
themselves
Yeah.
in it. Is that
Yeah.
how it works?
Yeah. We've had bands like Rise Against there, Bjork. He has been there. We've let's see who else. Just all kinds of bands. Yeah. It's fun.
And we're here at Nimbus the night before you're going to Toronto because you're actually going to be a
help with the
juror
Junos, yeah.
on the Junos.
Yeah.
I was surprised to hear that this was your first time doing this.
Yeah.
But
I'm kind of a young guy, right?
You're just a young buck. You know what? You'll go places someday, Garth.
Hope so.
But what are you doing with the Junos this year? This is really cool.
Well, I'm going to go and help and actually pick the top 25 of actually two categories. And at that point, I can't say anything else after that because you know what, I can't, say who or what or why or when. So it should be fun.
Why do you think it's important to have the Junos, the Juno Awards, and celebrating Canadian music? It's what we do here on OnStage, but
what the great thing is that we have the most talented people in the world here. We think we're not as good as the States is, but we're better. We have so many incredibly talented people here. And the fact that you look at this city here, Vancouver, we used to have Bruce Fairbairn, we have Bob Rock, we have Randy Staub, we have Mike Fraser, we have Dave Ray Ogilvie, and it goes on and on and on and on and on.
And you just named some of the top people in the music industry in the world.
Exactly.
And they're right here.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, Garth, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Same.
So nice to catch up with you. And thank you for doing what you're doing with Nimbus. Because learning from the legends is what people should do.
Yeah. Good. Perfect.
Thank you, man.
Cheers. Have fun.
And that is it. That is all the time we have for this episode of OnStage. We hope you enjoyed our interview with Garth Richardson. If you want to watch it again or any previous episode of OnStage, you can find them on our website. It is onstagelive.tv. And be sure to tune in next week to find out who is on stage.